You see that sorry excuse for a fortress on the eastern side of the farthest peak?
We follow the line of the beach. I've never seen water that shade of turquoise. You mean the palace that looks like it's glowing? The structure is a sprawling, glistening combination of white pillars and blue pools that cascade in 5 distinct terraces down the gentle slope of the hills above the beach.
It's just the sun reflecting off the white marble. The entire thing is ridiculous and indefensible.
How beautiful. What a luxury to build a place like this, designed purely for aesthetics. No high walls or portcullises. Taryn's right. It's utterly indefensible. And it will fall should Venin choose to take it. The griffin ahead of us dips into a sharp descent over the gardens, and Taryn follows suit, tucking his wings and getting just close enough to the griffin to let him know he's no match. Stop intimidating them. The last thing we need is an incident before we can even ask Takaris for the luminary.
I can't help their inferiority.
There's a definite smile in his tone, but his mood shifts as we level out near a manicured lawn in front of the 3rd terrace of the palace.
You will not be happy with the welcome we're about to receive.
He lands behind the griffin and his flyer, who hops down to face us. I'm sure we'll be fine. You worry too much.
We'll see about that.
I make quick work of removing my pack, but damn do my stiff joints ache as I slide down Taryn's foreleg to land.
Are you all right?
She's already waiting for me because she's that much quicker. Just sore from sitting in one position for too long.
Maybe we should have sent word ahead. They look like they'd rather fight than negotiate.
She turns her attention forward, to the line of 3 griffins and their flyers, who all face down our dragons, despite being drastically overpowered, forming a wall of feather and talons that blocks us from proceeding to the palace. They're certainly brave, I'll give them that. Brennan reaches our sides, putting me between him and Mira. Some things never change.
They're also expecting us.
You think?
Her gaze scanning our surroundings. I keep my focus on the flyers and their hands.
There are at least 3 dozen people watching from the balconies above, and there's another group behind the griffins. They were waiting.
Plus, no one's screaming at the sight of our dragons.
True.
Be careful what you say in here. Takaris will hold us to whatever deal we make. He doesn't take kindly to broken words. And keep your shields up. Though I'm not sure they'll do much good.
We're less than a dozen feet from the flyers.
Flyers might not wield signets, but most of their lesser magic gifts involve mind work. And it's the one area where they have the upper hand on us.
Noted. I don't even need to check my shields. They've been locked into place since we left Orisha. The griffins stare down at us with dark, beady eyes as we approach, and click their razor-sharp beaks in a rhythm that reminds me of speech. The aggressive snaps of the one on the right make me glad I can't understand what they're saying. One of the flyers has different symbols embroidered on his collar. Cadet?
Yes. According to the feathered ones, a 1/3 of their ranks took shelter here. Cliffsbane Flight Academy was in Zolia.
Brennan says something in Crovelish, his tone changing into the curt one he uses when his rank is more important than his name.
We know who you are.
The tall flyer in the center interrupts in the common tongue, studying the 3 of us as if assessing which is the biggest threat. His attention lands on my wind-ravaged coronet braid, and his posture changes slightly, taking on the most casual of battle stances. Guess I win. Mira moves closer to my side and stares him down, her hand resting just above the hilt of her sword.
You speak Navarian?
Of course. Not every kingdom thinks theirs is the only language that should be spoken.
Give us one truth, and we'll allow you to meet with the Viscount.
You're a truth-sayer, like Nora. So some of our powers are the same. Interesting.
Unlike riders, we do not label ourselves by our abilities. But yes, I have the gift of telling when someone is lying.